Hi, my name is Eunan McBrearty and I'm a fourth year biochemistry student in NUI Galway. I'm here today to talk to you about cells. Not too long ago, I was in primary school just like you. Now that I'm nearly finished college, it is time for me to specialise in a certain area of science. Someday I hope to become a cell biologist. A cell biologist is somebody who studies cells, like Professor Bob LaHue.
So I'm Professor Bob LaHue from the Department of Biochemistry at NUI Galway. Cells are the smallest unit of life, so cells are alive. You and I are made up of cells, about 100 trillion cells. That's a big number. It's 100 times 1 million times 1 million. That's how many cells are in our body. So my laboratory studies a disease called Huntington's disease. And in people with this Huntington's disease, their brain tends to deteriorate and eventually causes them lots of problems. So we use cells to understand what goes wrong with Huntington's as a way to try and help the people with the disease.
Hi, I'm Norma and I'm a PhD student in Bob's lab and I also study brain cells. So cells are the building blocks of life and there are roughly 1 billion cells in the brain. There are many diseases that affect the brain, so by studying these brain cells in the lab, we're able to see exactly what's happening in the brain and they give us a way to study disease. So these cells are really small and in order to study them we have to look at them through a microscope.
So now we're going to go and meet somebody else who works in Bob's lab.
Hi, I'm Dr. Claire Cannon and I'm also in Bob LaHue's lab. And today I'm in tissue culture, where we keep the cells. In this flask, I have about 7 million brain cells. They're kept in this pink media that allows them to grow. But I just want to look at some of them. So I'm going to take some out, put them on a slide, and then look at them through the microscope. To prepare the cells for the microscope, I use a device called a pipette. I use this to take some cells out of the flask. I then put these cells onto a glass slide. So now that I've made my slide, I'm going to look at the cells under the microscope. So I place the glass slide on the stage of the microscope just under the lens. In order to see the cells, I need to look through the eyepiece and focus the microscope. So that's how we use a microscope to look at cells.
In NUI Galway, we have many different types of microscopes. My favourite is the fluorescent microscope. We attach different fluorescent colours to different parts of the cell. By looking at the cell under the fluorescent microscope, we can see it in many different colours.